Hi there, welcome to today's session. I want to take you through this infographic here. At Colonet Africa, we want you to know about the new CBC learning pathways and how they merge together and how the strengths mirror each other, and how your student or your child will be able to pick a learning path once they enroll in school. So we'll start from the center here, where we have pre-primary 1 and pre-primary 2. Here the students have mathematics, they have language activities, religious education, then they have psychomotor and creative, and lastly environment. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the 5 key subject or learning areas that the young learners are introduced to when they get in pre-primary education. So once they pass this, they'll take 2 years here, and then they go to lower primary. In lower primary school, we have 9 learning pathways that includes mathematics, literacy, English, Kiswahili, indigenous languages, religious education, movement and creative arts, hygiene and nutrition, and environment. So the learners will be exposed to these learning areas as they transit into this lower primary, where they will take 3 years, finishing grades 1, 2, and 3. Once they pass that grade, then they go to upper primary school, where we have grades 4, 5, and 6 in upper primary school. So in upper primary school, the key learning areas will be science and technology, mathematics, English, Swahili, social studies, religious education, PPI, which is the pastoral programs. Then we have creative arts. Then we have physical and health education. Then we have home science, and then we have agriculture. So as you can see, it's branching out from psychomotor and creative, then it goes to creative and movement arts, and part of this will be involved in hygiene and nutrition, and part of this will be involved in movement as they move from pre-primary 1 to lower primary school. And then from lower primary school, some of the activities they learn in movement and creative arts as they transit into upper primary school will be divided into creative arts, and then we have physical and health education. So under hygiene and nutrition, part of it will go to physical and health education, and then part of it will go to home science. Then agriculture comes from environment, and part of it from nutrition and agriculture. So you can see as it branches out, then the subjects become larger and larger, and then specialization they begin to specialization begins to take shape. So mathematics will continue in that line, then literacy, English, Swahili, that will branch out into the languages. Like here in upper primary, they will still do English, they'll do Swahili. Then down here we have social studies, which is now branching out from indigenous education that they were learning in the lower primary school. So social studies, they will begin to learn about their surroundings and the knowledge that they need to master as they grow up. And then once they finish upper primary school, then they go to junior secondary school. So I have to also emphasize that in upper primary school, they will take 3 years, finishing grades 4, 5, and 6. And then after this, the 6th grade, then they go to junior secondary school. So in junior secondary school, they will also take 3 years there, finishing grades 7, 8, and 9. And in junior secondary school, here we have the following subjects. We have integrated science. This is coming from science and technology down here. And then we have pre-technical and pre-career training, which is also coming from science and technology, but then part of it from science and technology, so it moves in that direction. The mathematics they still maintain mathematics, and then English, then Swahili, we have business studies, we have social studies, we have religious education, we have life skills, sports and physical education, then we have health education, then we have agriculture here. So as you can see, it branches out, but then specialization begins to take shape as they move upwards from lower to the upper grades. And so in junior secondary school, they will take all these subjects that you can see here. So agriculture, from agriculture down there, home science, part of it will go to agriculture, and the part of it they use to learn health education. The physical, still goes the same way. Then if they want to specialize in sports, so their strengths will be, they'll be able to see their strengths as they move along. Creative arts will help them in learning life skills and some of the survival skills that they need to possess. Religious education, obviously, and that is closely related to social studies. Then also we have business studies coming in here and in junior secondary school, and then Kiswahili, English, and mathematics. Those are some of the core subjects that they have to move along with. And then after finishing 3 years in junior secondary school, then they'll go to senior secondary school, where they also take 3 years finishing grades 10, 11, and 12. So in senior secondary school, here is where we now have specialization, where the pathways now really take shape. So we have 3 major pathways. That is the STEM pathway, and then we have social science pathway, and then we have arts and sports science pathway. So these 3 pathways, they, as you can see, growing from inside this concentric graphic, we come outwards, and from each grade, then the teacher will be able to identify the strengths of the child and where their interest lies, so that you can help them to pursue career in that path. So in arts, sports, and science pathway, here they can do sports science, they can do performing arts, they can do visual arts. So all the careers in sports science, they can be athletes themselves, they can be coaches, so performing arts, musicians, visual arts, they can be artists, the fine artists, and things like that. And then in social science pathway, we have humanities. These are subjects doing with history and stuff. They can be archaeologists, and things like that. Then we have business studies. They can do commerce, they can do accounts, things like that. And then we have languages, so they can specialize in particular languages. They can be writers in those languages. They can be linguists, they can be ventriloquists, and so many career opportunities that emanate from such pathways. Then we have the STEM pathway. This is the technology oriented or related careers. So we have careers and technical studies, all the TVET studies, the engineering stuff, technical and engineering, and then we have applied science. So applied science, these are the derived sciences, like you apply knowledge. For instance, in food science, you will need to have proper understanding of the technical knowledge in zoology, in microbiology, in engineering, and things like that, because something like food science is a course that combines, it cuts across all that. Then we have pure sciences. You can be a physicist, you can be a chemist, industrial or analytical or whatever. So these are some of the career choices or career opportunities that are available for the learners using this CBC pathway. So I want to believe this video is helpful to you, and if you want to learn more about this graphic here, then you can head over to Colanet Africa, and then you'll find it on our About page. Thank you very much, and have a beautiful time.